Hi, I'm Dr. Kim. Welcome back to my channel. I have helped over 4,000 people heal their chronic low back pain. Today, I have one of my wonderful clients, Kevin, here. However, I'm not going to interview him. He is actually going to interview me. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Dr. Kim, thank you for joining me today. It's such a pleasure to be able to do this with you because I find your story so fascinating and so engaging that I wanted to get some more information from you. You're establishing quite a presence online as an online back pain coach. And for someone who may not know, define what your definition of an online back pain coach is.
Sure thing. So, thank you so much for interviewing me today, Kevin, first of all. And what I do is I help people who are suffering from chronic low back pain, usually people who have tried a lot of other things before and had no result. So, what I do is I teach them how to heal themselves using movement, meditation, nutrition, lifestyle changes, and a bunch of holistic methods.
Excellent. It's interesting as I see you post your things online. You've been very transparent about your personal journey that kind of brought you to this point to get today. So I'd kind of like to talk a little bit about that journey. You, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I get anything wrong, you are originally from Perth, Australia, correct?
Mhm.
You come from a family where you are not the only one in your immediate family who is practicing and trained in the medical field. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So my mum is a medical doctor. She's now a skin cancer surgeon, and my grandfather as well was a medical doctor.
Fantastic. Wow, that had to be interesting to be around as you were growing up. Um, so then you obtained your doctorate and are a licensed chiropractic physician. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So I did my studies in Perth, Murdoch University. It's a 5-year degree. And then, I graduated in 2015. So I have almost 10 years of experience under my belt as a chiropractor. It's hard to
Very.
believe it's been that long.
How about it? Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
You practiced in a traditional chiropractic environment for a while. What did you find most fulfilling about your time in the practice?
Mm, Actually, so many things. Obviously, working with clients hands on, one on one, and witnessing absolutely mind blowing changes. I'm talking like it's not just people would come in with back pain and then they didn't have back pain anymore. That's pretty much normal, as you would expect from a chiropractor. I'm talking things like full blown personality changes. The client's partners would then come in and then thank me because they would be like, I don't know who I'm married to anymore. They're a completely new person. And it's truly amazing what you can do when you A, take away pain from someone's life, and B, regulate their nervous system. So I would say that was really like the top most fulfilling thing um, in in practice.
Interesting. That was not the answer that I would have expected, but that's extremely interesting. Was there anything about in that traditional practice environment that you did not find met your personal goals or expectations?
Yes, yeah, there were several things for sure. I think the main thing that bothered me was it was a high volume practice. So I would only get to spend 5 to 7 minutes with each client, which doesn't really allow for deep connection. And it didn't really allow me to teach the client how to take care of themselves outside the practice. So essentially, what it was it was a practice where I was teaching people to depend on me. So to keep coming back to me really for the rest of their lives if they wanted to maintain the changes that we made in their body. And although this is a very, very good business model, um, I think it didn't sit well with me, which is why I transitioned into more of a online back pain coach where I could teach people how to heal themselves so that they would no longer need to keep coming to see me time and time again for the rest of their lives. I prefer to teach a man to fish rather than just keep giving him fish.
And I've heard that expression somewhere before. I'm just going to try to remember where I heard that. Um, again, I found a lot of your story extremely engaging. You left Perth, Australia, the home that you were born and raised in, I assume, and you embarked on a self-discovery period where you left the medical practice, traveled extensively, and existing as a digital nomad. Not a lot of people would be given that opportunity to do that, and not a lot of people would have the guts, quite frankly, to do that. Speak about that period and what it contributed to your own personal development.
Yes. Well, first of all, I was actually born in Singapore and then moved to Australia. But
God,
yes, I grew up in Australia for sure. My family is there, and um, oh wow, where do I start with this? I always knew that I was not supposed to live in Perth or Australia forever. There was always something inside me that was craving and yearning to leave and to be free and to travel. But I was in a job that was very much location dependent. I was seeing physical clients. So it took years to really like build up my savings and build up my courage in order to be able to leave. And when I did, I simply just sold everything and bought a one-way ticket out of there and just decided that I was going to travel for the foreseeable future, just going wherever my heart desired. And it was amazing. It was truly freedom, the freedom that I have always wanted in terms of location. I got to experience the most amazing, amazing things. However, um, this goes back to back pain and everything. I found myself experiencing relapses of chronic back pain when I was traveling. And it turned out that I was living my dream life, but I wasn't able to actually enjoy it because I would be crippled with pain, unable to leave my room, unable to walk, ride on like boats, motorcycles, and all of the adventurous things. So, what I guess it really taught me was that I had my dream life, but without my health and my wellness, I could not enjoy it at all, which led me down the path eventually to what I'm doing today, helping other people actually obtain that true feeling of freedom.
boy, that's a major league point, Kim, because there are a lot of people who believe that the overall medical community of itself lacks the quality of empathy for their patients and what they may be going through. You're considerably different in that you not only understand the treatment and the anatomy and the physiology that goes with that, um, but you experience the same pains, the same drain on your quality of life that a lot of people now you are targeting to help with their
Mhm.
chronic pain that they may have been experiencing for quite a period of time. Um, Speak about specifically your own experience and how it influences the empathy that made you do what you're doing now with your current patients.
Oh my gosh, yes. So even though I managed to heal myself and it's been years since I've had a relapse, I remember the pain so clearly. And I remember the impact that it had on my life. It was really, when it came, it was a 10 out of 10 pain. I could not walk upright. I was bent over. It was so hard for me to get out of bed. I couldn't do just normal everyday things, like putting on my shoes or tying my shoelaces, going to the bathroom as well. Like I mentioned before, impossible for me to ride in a car, a motorbike, get around anywhere. And this would be in the heart of the pain. And of course, your body will naturally heal itself. So maybe a couple of weeks later, I would regain back that mobility and be able to do a little bit more, maybe be able to have a very tentative, easy session at the gym. But I was always living in fear because I knew that any little thing had the potential to trigger that big pain again. It could be something as simple as getting out of bed if I rolled the wrong way, if I walked too far, if I picked up a bottle of shampoo in the shower. All of these little things had the power to trigger the pain. So it wasn't just the time period that I was in pain, it was also the time period when I was out of pain because I was just so scared to live my life normally and to the fullest. So I just really understand the cycle of chronic pain and just how frustrating it can be and the impact that it has on your life. And that is why I just want to help people break this cycle and heal their bodies for good.
I I think that's boy. I mean, I'm sorry that anybody, you or anybody else, would have to go through that kind of pain and suffering and that compromisation of their daily life because of their back pain. But what a fantastic perspective you have for the patients that you are currently interacting with based on the fact that you have walked in their shoes. You have felt what they felt.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing bit of experience um, that really adds an awful lot of that empathy that is not seen in a lot of medical practitioners, and they don't have that same understanding. So again,
Mm-hmm.
sorry you went through that, but kudos to you to be able to use that in your current practice. Somatic exercises are kind of the basic of your treatment protocol, or a piece
Mm-hmm.
of a key piece of it. How are you first exposed to that?
Actually, a TikTok video. I
Interest.
was scrolling mindlessly on TikTok. This was during one of my big flare ups. So all I was doing was laying in bed, just scrolling, brain rotting as you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
And I came across a TikTok video about somatic exercises. And I had never even heard the word somatic before.
Mhm.
But something really piqued my interest. So then I went through a rabbit hole of researching all about somatic exercises. I found out what they are. So they are essentially movements that require you to tap into the internal sensation of the movement, to feel every little thing, every muscle activating, so that it almost has a meditative effect. And I ended up doing several somatic movement courses too. And that is how it all started. And
Mm.
that's how I ended up creating my program. I took bits and pieces from the courses that I did. I combined them with my chiropractic and rehabilitation knowledge, and I ended up creating a program for myself because I was so determined to heal my pain. And what I really liked about it was that these exercises were so simple and so easy that I could do them from bed when I was that injured.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I find that a fantastic combination again as well, because combining your knowledge from your education and practice in the chiropractic field and the rehabilitation field, and then combining that with the mind-body connection that goes with somatic healing. Um, what a fantastic bit of experience and knowledge that you bring to the individual patients who are working with you to finally come to a closure on having to not to be a slave to their back pain. I think that's fantastic. Um, your program now as the online back pain coach, you have various different levels and things that you offer your potential patients. What are some of those things, and how do you have yourself structured right now, Kim?
Yes. Okay. So, first of all, I have a fully self guided online course for healing your back pain.
Mm-hmm.
And this course, it contains anatomy lessons so that you know exactly which muscles and which structures in your body are causing your pain. It contains fully guided somatic healing videos. So these are plug and play. You just press play and you follow along with my video, the music, my voice. They also contain meditations as well. These are particularly useful and handy when you're going to sleep at night. And this all enhances that mind body connection. So, this course, the fully self guided course, I would say is perfect for people who have mild to moderate low back pain. So this is not really for people who have been dealing with 10, 20, 30 years of chronic back pain and have tried everything. You guys need something a little bit extra, which is where my one-on-one coaching program comes in. So in order to see if you are a good fit for this program, we have an initial consultation call, which is 45 minutes of me really listening to you and getting to know your story and just seeing if you're a good candidate for this type of coaching. And then you will also get full access to my course. But every week we have a one-on-one call where I give you personalized advice in terms of nutrition, for example, if you need any supplements to help with the healing process, and lifestyle changes, advice on things like your sleeping position, your mattress, your pillow, your walking technique, whatever you may need. It's really a fully customized plan made just for you. So this one-on-one coaching program, this is for the clients that I mentioned before. Slightly more complex cases, maybe you've had back pain for years, maybe you've seen a lot of practitioners but had no results, then this is for you, that one-on-one coaching.
Fantastic, Kim. You really are covering things soup to nuts and at varying different levels depending on where the patient's current situation is. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it that someone gets to you to book that consultation session with you?
Yes, so I will put a link in the description box down below. But if you follow me on my social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube is Your Quiet Light. You have tons of free information there. And there's also a link there if you would like to book a complimentary initial consultation to see if you are a good match for either the course, or of the coaching. I'm very, very happy to talk to you free of charge and see what's going on.
Fantastic. Well, Dr. Kim, I can't tell you how much of a pleasure this has been to be able to hear not only more about you and your background, but of the success that you're having going forward with the patients that you've got currently that you're working with. And I wish you the best of luck. I don't think you're going to need luck. I think you're going to be a one of the new sensations for everybody out on social media, especially those who suffer with back pain. So again, thank you for your time. It was informative. And I certainly appreciate the fact that you spent the time to be able to do this.
Thank you so much, Kevin. This was great, and I really enjoyed your questions. And I hope this helps someone out there.